Well, hello man cavers, and how are you today? What are we doing? We are going to fit electronic ignition to this Trimuph Spitfire. So without any further ado, let's roll them credits, get the bonnet up on this and get some electronic ignition fitted. Back in a minute. Ah. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. Alright man cavers, here we go. Let's get this bonnet up. Good old anti-theft devices on these bonnet catchers. There we go. We've got her up. There we are. Right, we have got to put in there. We've got to do away with this crappy points ignition, what she's got. We're going to do away with all this distributor, the whole lot, and put a nice new one in. So let's show you the nice new distributor we got. I've fitted these before. I've fitted these to a few motors before, and they've always been much improved. So here we are. Here is our new distributor, which has got, if you look inside, it has got electronic ignition module. So that's good. So I think what we've got to do is take this old distributor out and get that new one in. But before we do any of that, we need to check which way this engine rotates when you crank it on the key. Right, that's turning the engine. Right, let me just get in there and spin this thing over and see which way the engine turns. We'll have to look at that fan at the back there, just to see what way she turns. Right, here we go. So it turns facing the front of the engine clockwise. Excellent stuff. So now we know which way it turns, which is this way or this way. We need to look which way our cap turns. Ignition is back off now, so we can get all these leads out of here and get this cap right out the way. There's that little carbon brush in there I need for my Jap. Right. So we need to see which way this rotor arm turns when we pull the engine this way. Alright, that goes anti-clockwise. That's all good. So I think the first thing we need to do is really, we've got our distributor, the rotor arm is pointing directly to my right. So really, if we pull that distributor out, we should find we can plot that in with the rotor arm facing the same way, and it will be roughly timed. It might not be, but I'm hoping. Right, we need to get some bolts undone, I think, so we can get this distributor out of here. Alright, we'll get our little pinch bolt out of here and see if we can get this distributor out. Get that vacuum advance lead off there, look. Put him out of the way. Get out the way. There we go. So there's our pinch bolt right undone. I think we need to spread this a little and then hopefully that'll come out. Alright, let's see if we can get this bolt spread a little. Can you actually see what I'm doing? Let me try and get you in a bit better so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. All you could see was a thermostat. Look. So let's see if we can spread this. And at the same time, there we go, get this distributor out of here. There we go, out she comes, look, there we are. We have a lead here, black one, that's been put on with some clip. So I think that clip don't need to be on there. So with our old distributor, we'll get this green wire here and cut him off. And here is our old distributor, complete with all the points and condenser and gubbins and everything. Right, now we can be putting in our new distributor. Now, there's a little O-ring on there, so we want to put a little bit of oil around that before we slide in so we don't snag on that O-ring. Right, so we've got a bit of oil on our finger. If we just rub that around this O-ring, that'll just make everything a little bit nicer to all go back in. Right, let's get our cap off. And we should find, I think our vacuum advance was down here somewhere. Oh, that's going to line up perfectly. I can see the gear in the bottom. So we'll just give him a wiggle until no, we're going to do a little bit more adjustment yet. We have certainly got to lube up inside this shaft. We ain't got enough oil in there. So let's get a little bit of oil around inside this shaft. There we go. Now hopefully that distributor will now go in there just a little bit nicer. So we want to line our shaft up with the key in the bottom, which I can see. Alright, our bracket is the wrong way around on this one. Let me screw this bracket so that spin right round. Alright, we've took this bracket right off so we can now use our original bracket, which will probably be better. So let's take two at getting him dropped in. There you go. That rotor arm is now locked in at that position. So we have got to do a little bit of timing up. I will show you how to do the timing up right now. That involves taking a spark plug out. Alright, we are removing number 4 spark plug. Why number 4? Because that's easier to get to than number 1. Now number 4 and number 1 will be on, they're the same. So they're on top dead centre at the same time. But one's on exhaust stroke, one's on power stroke. So if we find the exhaust stroke on number 4 top dead centre, that will give us power stroke on number 1. So we need to try and see if we can get this sorted out and find where our number 1 is. Right, so I've got the cap off the top so I can see in. Now I'm going to put my screwdriver and turn this engine. Can't feel the piston yet. I'm pulling her over on the fan. Come on. Ah, right, we have now got what looked like an inlet valve. Now we should have an exhaust valve open. Right, piston is now coming up. I can feel it on the... Right. Let me see if I can get this engine turned a little. Right, going back that way. We want top dead centre now. And that should be... Oh, we're going backwards. Come on. Right, piston's now coming up. There we go. That piston is top dead centre and our exhaust valve is open. So this should be top dead centre on number one. Tell you what, so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at, let's just pop the rocker box off so you can see what I'm doing in here properly. And then I can explain a lot better what's happening. We'll just pop this off. There we go. Right. They're off. Right, there are all our valves, as you can see. So this engine's really clean. Right, that valve is tight. These valves have both got play in them. So let's go round again to find top dead centre on this one. I can hear compression on 3. Right. Is this inlet or exhaust, this one? I think this is an inlet valve. So our inlet valve is now open. So that's coming in. When this goes up, that's going to start compressing the fuel. So it should be on its way up now. There it goes, it's coming up. So this one is now on compression stroke. So we want to go round till this one's on compression stroke. We could time it off number 4, actually, it really doesn't matter. Tell you what, we'll come round again. Right, this cylinder is now right, this one's now going to come down on the... Yeah, both these valves have got a little bit of slack in, so this one is now at top dead centre. So we know that this lead here has got to go to number 1. Do you get what I mean? Because number 1 is now firing. So if we put the cap back on, remember where that router arm is pointing, towards this wire. So basically it's pointing, if we come poke it towards that wire, it is coming to this one. So we know now that this lead is number 1. So let's get our number 1 lead back on. Right, we have a nice new fancy pants set of leads. So let's get these leads back on this car. We have one long one, which I think is going to be our coil wire. And the rest of them, well, here's the longest one. Where do you reckon that goes? I reckon this goes to number 1. So we'll stick this in there. Put that lead on there. That on there. There we go. Now we all know that number 1 is always opposite on a 4-cylinder. Number 1 is always opposite number 4. So we know this one is going to be number 4. So we'll put this one to number 4. I'm not going to plug that in because we've got to put new plugs in anyhow, but I'll do them off camera. I'm just getting the ignition on. Right, now all we need to weigh up is where these two are. We know it goes this way, and thanks to a lovely sticker, Trimuph has very kindly give us all our engine data there, and our firing order is 1342, look. It gives us everything, time and the whole lot, which I like. So 1342, and our rotor arm is going clockwise, so if this is 1, this is going to be 3, that's 4, and this is 2. So this one gotta go to number 3, look. Do you see what I mean? People are scared a lot by ignitions. Please don't be scared of them. They're just wires. If you get them wrong, the worst that's going to happen is it's going to run a bit funny. In fact, it's going to run terrible. So we know this one is 2. See what I mean here, look. Let's twist this one around, get these a bit neat. There we go. And we know this one's 4, and this one goes onto our coil, which we're replacing anyhow. We're going to put a new coil on as well. We have one here. Marvellous stuff. Right, I think we've got to do some wiring and connect these 2 wires up. So here we have our box of electrical pieces. We need to make 2 wires up. So what we've got to do is make a couple of wires up. There's our crimps. We need to connect this black wire you can see here to this one. There we go, black to black. So this black one goes to the negative of your coil, and the red one goes to the red of the coil. These are quite idiot proof, I must say. So let's just chomp the end of this wire off. There we go. And we need to give that wire a strip as well, so we can get ourselves the connector on there. There we go. So what we got on there, we have a male spade. So on this one we want a female spade. Double our wire, poke him in, get him in the ratchet crimpers, which is the blue one at the middle. There we go. That's that wire on. And connected. Now we just need to make up a wire to go from here. Have I got any female bullet connectors? Only a blue one, I do not have a red one. Right, I think what we've got to do is cut this red one off and make ourselves a whole new wire. So cut that one off there. Strip this lead. If you can see what I'm doing there. There we go. So we just need to put, I'd probably put a mile on this end. He's on. There we are, that's that crimp on. Now I just need to make a little wire up to go onto the coil. Also in red. So here we are, our other jumper wire is made up. So we can put this one onto the coil, onto the live of the coil, and this one onto this bit of the distributor. And theoretically, we'll just tidy them wires up, we'll tie them out of the way, and I'll put some heat shrink over them. But theoretically now, this is going to be up and running, I do believe. We will put the new coil in a bit, but for the minute, we're just going to test her on this engine and see if she starts. She is stone cold, so yeah, she's stone cold, so she, you know, she might not go. I don't know how easy it used to start, but it should start surprisingly easy now. Should do. Let me just pinch up, because this distributor is very loose and I don't want that spinning around when the engine starts. So I'll just tighten this pinch bolt up a little. Just a skosh. Just to hold that distributor so it's got a little bit of resistance. That still isn't holding. Still not holding. Still not holding. Well, it's got a little bit of resistance on there now. So in theory, this engine should start. I think I'm going to just pop on that rocker box again. So I don't want this nice clean engine getting oil all spin down it. And we need to put number 4 spark plug back in, don't we? But for the minute, I just want to run this engine up to make sure that ignition is all working. There we go. Right. We shan't work while we can put the vacuum advance pipe on, but yeah, there's a little bit of resistance there now, so I should be able to turn that if needed. So I'm going to put it somewhere there so that's a little bit before top dead centre, and hopefully she'll bark into life. I better put that oil cap back on. Well then, cavers, it's been about a week since we started this. Due to last time we tried, it started raining. And yeah, I've been quite busy with other things since then. So it's been about a week. So I put the battery on charge a couple of hours ago. We're now going to continue to try and start this. Last time we done the distributor, we changed the distributor. We set the fire in order as to the sticker up on the bonnet there. 1342. 1, 3, 4, 2. So this should roughly start, and then we can get it timed up properly. So I'm going to turn on the old ignition and I'm going to operate it. Am I going to use a push button on the solenoid? Oh, we'll sort something out. Let me put the ignition on, and then we'll see if this thing will start. Come on. Right, the ignition's on. That's got a fan running all the time. I can't find a switch to turn it off, and that's ain't got spade connectors, just unplug it. Anyhow, let's see if this will go. So we'll get our trigger, which is a extension, and jam it in the solenoid. Oops, nearly. There we go. There was our issue. Straight away. She started up. That is running really nice. Really nice. And that engine is hardly breathing at all. That is a really good engine in there. Really good engine. Someone's took care of this motor. Right, let me let that warm up for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get the choke off and time it up properly. Marvellous. Well, she's been running about 10 minutes, so let's turn the choke off. See if she runs. See if she keeps going. If she goes too slow, timing's out. If I keep revving like this, timing's out. Choke going in. Choke all the way in. I've just got my ears on it, guys. I'm just giving her a listen. God, this engine's sweeter than her. Now, that time is out. No, she ain't like them now. She's about there somewhere. Yeah, she's about there. If you wonder what that rattle is, in Trimuph style, that's all this rattling. Yeah, that's what the knocking noise is. But there we go. She is running. Let me get a timing light hook up, and we'll get a time. She's coming now, listen. She's getting a bit warmer and coming to it, look. Look at that. She is coming to it, she's getting warm. that engine has got zero glow by it. It's unbelievable. She really is running nice. Nice and responsive there. Right, I've timed that by ear as much as I can. I'll get my timing light and we'll have another look. Timing light. Let's shut her down and get that hooked up. Right, we're shut down. Let's now get our timing light hooked up. There we go. If you're wondering what all these wires are, you have to put one on your battery, this one, green one here, go to your coil. I can take that battery charger off now. I always think, there we go, get him out of the way. We don't want that battery charger on there. I'll move that out of the way. There we are. Right. That one. I think this one go to the live of the coil, I think. This one clamp onto number 1 lead. There we go. Now we can fire her up again. And we should get a strobe out of there. Let's fire her up. I've got to keep coming around to this side, guy. We'll do it on the key this time, look. There you go. Right, I want to put a couple of revs on, but not so much that's going to interrupt the advance and retard. Alright, is our timing light working? Jeez, look at that! Well, that is working. That's a job to see it in the frame rate of the camera. Now, I don't know whether you aren't going to be able to see what I'm doing here, but I'm shining the timing light down here onto the bottom pulley so we can see our timing marks. Which are in here. That spanner's right in the way. I'm just looking at that light. Getting the timing mark. 15 degrees. There we go. We're about there. She's timed up, guys. He says, right, we just got to mess around with the carb, but she is all timed up. So we can tighten this distributor down. If I can get all these wires off, here we go. Yeah, we can get that distributor all tightened up now. Set them carbs up, because I've got to do them carbs anyhow. I've got to clean them and go through them a bit. And yeah, that's going to be it. That has fitted electronic ignition to a Trimuph Spitfire. Aha. There we go. So if you guys was thinking of getting one of these AccuSpark kits, there you go. That's done up. And we've actually got it fitted on. So that is going to be it for this video. Fitted, timed, nice little job. I've got a couple more jobs to do on this. As I say, I've got to clean the carbs. Look at this battery terminal down here, which has gone dodgy. Fix the brake lights, because they're not working. We've got a couple of little bits to do. But yeah, I shan't do that on camera. This was just to show you how to fit electronic ignition. Right. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now. Ha-ha! I need to find that oil filler cap under the car. Bye-bye, guys.